Alright, today I'm going to show you how you can plan for making things like a ring like this with an open back, and how you can plan for things like a cuff like this one that goes on your wrist and stays on. It's really important that you know the size of the person that you're planning for, because you want it to be something that stays on comfortably. If the ring doesn't quite fit, then when they put it on it's going to fall off. So it's really important you get that size right. So to start with, I'm taking a piece of paper, and I already measured. I have one strip here that I'm going to cut for the cuff, and then I have one for a ring. These are way longer than I really need, but this is a chance for me to measure and figure out exactly what I need as I go. From other projects that we've done, you might have noticed that taking the filing and the sanding, they take a lot of practice. And they take up a lot of time too. So the more precise you can be in your planning and your cutting of your metal, the more accurate your piece can be, and the less of that filing and sanding and polishing that you have to do in the end to clean it up. Okay, so I've got a piece that I'm going to use for my ring planning, and then I've got a piece that I'm going to use for my cuff planning. So first things first, for the cuff, I'm going to use my wrist as an example, because that's who I'd be making it for. I'm going to wrap it around my wrist. Now, a cuff is never going to sit perfectly tightly, but it's also going to wrap pretty tightly around the skin. So I'm going to start by cutting it about to where I've got my thumb here, so I'm just going to make a mark. So it'll be just slightly larger than what I want. Now I can put it around my wrist once again, and now I see that it's just slightly open in the back. This is a good plan because it'll be a little looser than that, and then you've got an opening where your wrist can come out. Now, some things I can do with this piece of paper before beginning. I can draw right on here to figure out what my plan's going to be, and I can also do things if I want it to be symmetrical, like bending it in half. So if I fold it very precisely in half, then whatever I do on one side, it evenly happens on the other side. If I fold it in half this way, now if I cut on one side here, it'll happen on all four sides. So I'll show you what I mean. This is a good way to make a tapered ring if you want it to be even. So I'm going to start with just a small end, such as this one. Okay, so I just cut there. Now if I open it up, now both ends are going to have that tapered end. People like this if they like to have like a large front of a ring and then having it get smaller for comfort in the back. But once again, this is also for a cuff, so it's slightly different. So I'm going to go back and fold it one more time, and I'm going to cut more of a tapered edge. So I'm going to go down all the way through. Okay, so now as a cuff, I've got a big inside, so this would be what would be on top, and then I've got smaller ends around the back, which make it a little more comfortable. Now, if I want to do some cutouts, I can use an X-Acto knife and cut out, but then I could also do texture on here, or I could do some stamping as well. And for the ring, it's the same exact thing, except you want to think about which finger you're going to be wrapping it around. So this would be the exact measurement of my finger, and then you want to go a little bit smaller than that. And I can do the same folding method if I want, or if I feel like being a little bit crazier, I can really do whatever I want with it. As long as I keep that length so that it fits around my finger, I should be pretty good. That's it.